But yes, guys, it looks like we are finally going to get the Attacking Avalanche 2 Evo. It has been leaked to come out after all this time, all the delays, whatever. It might not be called Attacking Avalanche 2, by the way, and we'll get into that. Apologies, by the way, I'm sick, okay? If I sound like a horse, that's why. And we may have gotten the biggest Player of the Month snub that we've ever seen. Honestly, it's pretty shocking that Mo Salah did not win Player of the Month. I mean, actually kind of called that, but we'll talk about that, which is pretty insane. The full card for ISAK has been leaked. EA responded to Erling Haaland drama. We talked about it on the second channel, but we'll talk about that again today. Numero FUT Team 2 has been leaked. There's a ton to talk about actually today. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And because many of you are new around here, because the support on the channel has been crazy recently, if you are new, the Friday of the full Team of the Year release, plus like the honorable mentions, plus the icons, it's that Friday. I'm going to be doing a 24-hour live stream opening up picks and packs. I have like 500 saved packs for it, or I'm going to have 500 saved packs for it. We're gonna be opening packs for like the full 24 hours basically. So very excited for it, and thank you all for the support, of course. Now, let's not forget about content today. Okay, let's go look at the leaks now. We've got some big time Evo leaks that are not just this, by the way. We have another one as well. New Evo leaked, right wing, max 85 position, max 3 positions. Release is Saturday. So not today content time, the next day, but I will not have a video tomorrow, unfortunately. So wanted to talk a lot about it today. I believe this is Attacking Avalanche 2 that was leaked some weeks ago by other accounts that never came, and it was bugged right now. I'm assuming that, or it'd be weird for them to call this Attacking Avalanche 2 with a Winter Wildcard design, considering it's not the promo anymore. They still couldn't say fuck it, but I mean, who really cares what it's called? It looks like it's gonna be the same Evo once again coming out, which would be really cool, even though it's expensive. And honestly, even though Finesse Shot Plus seems to be getting a nerf soon, which, you know, we're all waiting on what that'll look like, if it's just inside the box or just outside the box or it's all of it, and we have no idea. And if it's Finesse Shot and Press Proven once again, then it's like, okay, did they really just hold off on the release of this until they patched Finesse Shot? I don't think so. I think it was just bugged and now it's coming out again, and maybe it won't even be Finesse Shot Plus this time. I don't know, but I'm hoping to see a Finesse Shot Plus nerf that is just outside the box, and inside the box it's all the same, which really wouldn't make it that bad. But that should be coming on Saturday. Then there was this tweet from FUT Agent who says Claudio Marchisio and Hamshik can be used in one of the next evolutions. So that kind of sparks some debate. It's like, okay, max 87 there looks like, with some really good all-around stats. Is it just going to be a play style Evo, a role Evo, considering the stats are pretty good on those two cards? Well, he also tweeted out this, and that was that Guendouzi and Jolinton can also fit. So it's like, okay, if there's stat boosts here, it must not be much, or they're just not going to be stat boosts at all. That's kind of at least what I thought, and some of the rest of the community thought. It's like, okay, it must not be a very big stat boost at all or anything like that. But then there was this tweet again where he says this Evo will give a rating upgrade too. So in that case, you would say, okay, well, it must be a stat boost, and he confirms that down here. He says, stats upgrade, asking if Vidal fits. So this Vidal fits in that Evo, by the way, with insane stats there. He says stats upgrade question mark, and he says yes, plus a stats upgrade. So that's pretty crazy. I wonder if maybe he'll fit, but then the stats won't really be boosted because they'll reach the caps there. But looks like the max rating is going to be an 87 center mid, and like that's going to be one of the only requirements, it seems like, outside looking in here. And then there was this where this guy asked, will he fit? And it's this Apon card who looks insane, and he says yes, that he will. It looks like, yeah, just 87 rated center mid, maybe the only thing there, because these stats are crazy, right? But either way, it looks like a couple of pretty big Evos are coming out here, which, to be honest with you, would make a lot of sense coming up as we get towards Team of the Year and during warm-up series, because EA want you to drain coins. So they're gonna, the drain coins mode is going to start here probably today with the new promo. Like, it's gonna be a pre-Team of the Year warm-up promo where it's like, let's just try and get everybody to drain fodder and drain coins, and by releasing some nice Evos and some SPCs, right? But now let's get into this, because this was definitely one of the stranger decisions that I've seen in terms of a Player of the Month winner. Definitely some voter fatigue came in here, or what happened was EA coming in and being like, hey, Salah's getting a Team of the Year card. But anyway, yes, Alexander Isak has won the Premier League Player of the Month, and he's coming out today. Might be out by the time you're seeing this video, actually. And FUT Sheriff was like, this means one thing, Team of the Year Salah. I actually don't think that that has anything to do with why he won. I actually think that most of the time EA don't even pick who wins the Player of the Month. They actually just release an SBC based on who wins it. Now, maybe they came in and were like, hey, let's, you know, can you give it to this guy? So like, you know, for the game and stuff, yada, yada, yada. That could have happened. I don't think that's what happened, honestly. honestly. I think what happened was voter fatigue. I think that Salah won it last month, so they just gave it to somebody else who had a great month as well. Because ISAK's month, he wins it every other month that Salah doesn't have one of the best months in Prem history. Like, he wins it every other month. But Salah had one of the best months in Prem history. So it's like, okay, we can debate all day about who should have won it, but we also have his official stats, and you're not gonna like this one, guys. You're not gonna like this one. Official stats and playstyle plus, Trivela plus on ISAK, okay? And then the stats are not anything too spectacular, really. They're fine. They're good, but they're not anything crazy at all. You'd probably hope he fits in an Evo soon if you were to complete him. So yeah, not what we were hoping for. And I see, this is another thing too, is like a solid player of the month would have been a fodder drain too for EA. So you would expect them to kind of want that pre-team of the year. So I don't really think they probably had a say in this. They could have, but I would lean no. And low-key, we kind of actually called the fake leak that this guy had, by the way. When he was announced, I was like, if anybody were to fake a leak, it would be about this. So just take it with a slight grain of salt, even though I thought Salah would still win it. I just thought that maybe the leak couldn't have been true, and it turns out it wasn't true, and he deleted the tweet. You can't find it. It's not on this page anymore, funnily enough. So for sure on Fraud Watch from now on here, definitely, we've added him. He's dropped a tier. He's definitely dropped a tier. And next up, yes, we do have a new promo coming today. It's the second numero FUT team, if anybody really gives a flying fuck, but it does look like it might be better than the last one. We'll talk about that now. John Stones is going to be an SBC soon, and he'll have two versions. The stats are not official on him here. Maybe one's a CDM and one's a center back, maybe something like that, possibly. And I take that back. I just found his official stats right here, coming as a dual pick SBC, and both these versions look cracked, by the way. Bruiser plus 89 pace, or the 86 pace Anticipate plus, which take your pick. I mean, they're both great. This card, like, this is the type of SBCs you're going to see pre-team of the year. They're going to try and get you to drop all your fodder before team of the year comes out, because they want you to spend that cheddar, that dough, that bacon before team of the year. Now the full team here, let's take a look at the cards coming to packs this Friday. It's just this Friday. We got more mini releases apparently coming out, and we're going to have a lot of team 1 in packs apparently. There's going to be like 70 cards in packs, something like that. So they're going to definitely try and make team 2 more interesting, it looks like, because team of the year is drawing closer. Griezmann's in the team. Finesse shot plus, sure. Eder Militao is a left back apparently. I'm assuming he can play center back as well if I had to guess. So that's kind of interesting. Quadrado makes his appearance back into a promo team after just being added back in the game. Really great stats all around. Rapid plus, hopefully post patch coming up here in like a week or two will be really good. Balday's in there with a really nice card, looks like. Allison makes it in. Trapp, Ramiro, Pickford, and Endler. 5 straight goalkeepers. Now, if you don't know why that is, it's because they separate these releases based on position. So right now, it's right mid, left back, and goalkeepers coming out today. Why it's released like that, I don't know. And down here, kind of a random assortment of players as well. But yeah, I mean, the stats look better on these cards than they did in the last ones, I think. We do have a couple more names to be in Numero FUT Team 2 that just get released later, and that's Yan Kuoto or Kuto. I don't know how to say his name. Someone can help me with that. But he'll come out when obviously right backs come out. And then we also got Gabriel Martinelli and Kyle Walker gonna be in the promo Team 2. Yeah, I mean, it's promo team, whatever, but I think that we'll probably see better content for Team 2. And then there was this, and that was EA, quote unquote, responding to the Haaland incident. They tweeted something out today, and it was, I mean, it is worse than you expected, honestly. We talked about it today on the second channel right when the news broke, but yeah, long story short here, I mean, this is lower than I expected even. I thought we'd see more of a statement, more than one sentence, because, I mean, just, there's so many questions right now, right? You have questions about why is the pack weight changing out of nowhere on accident, seemingly? Is it just a bug? But then why does it seemingly only happen with the top end players? Like, why is that? Not that any of these conspiracies are necessarily true. It's just people, like rational people, have questions about this. So it'd be nice to just hear some answers instead of like, thanks for your patience. I mean, that's all we get. We get literally one sentence. And I didn't even describe the compensation. The compensation is if you packed Erling Haaland, you got compensation. And that is it. It's not even if you open the pack. And if you didn't open the pack, there is no solution here other than if you packed Erling Haaland, you get another pack now. That is their quote unquote solution. So yeah, I mean, we talked about kind of why maybe that might have happened when there was compensation for this, but there wasn't for Messi, you know, last year. We talked about that a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's terrible. You don't need me to tell you that. That's the end of that. It's over. There will be no more talk of Haaland the rest of this year. Okay, there was this tweet from Bakelme I wanted to talk about actually, where he talks about max 87 rated Evos are coming soon. He says down here, you know, my guess is we stick with 87 max Evos through team of the year, other than flasher gameplay objective Evos, like the rapid / tiki taka one. I base it off of gold rares. At 87 rating, we get the likes of Teo, Saliba, Neymar, Son, which with any significant Evo for any one of them would be big for the power curve of that position. Keep going at 88 rating is where you get the Messi Evo and have crazy golds like Valverde or Rudiger or Griezmann or Foden. So that just feels like too big of a step for the curve, but I wouldn't rule out one big Evo during team Team of the Year. Now, I agree and disagree with this a little bit. I think that, yeah, this does seem like EA's sort of maybe plan for their Evos this year. I think that maybe they're going to go like ratings up at a time almost, instead of kind of like randomly doing ones all over the place. They might kind of stick with one rating. And that's kind of where the power curve kind of is at, which I think is not inherently a bad thing necessarily. But what I don't agree with is what he says down here, where it's like, you know, a Messi Evo, a Griezmann Evo, a Foden Evo would be too big of a step. It's like, well, attacking Avalanche was a really good evolution. That would probably be better than an Evo Foden card. Like, probably. You've got cards with 2 playstyle pluses in the game right now, which those cards wouldn't probably get if you gave them an evolution. So count that in as well. You can make them paid. So even if I was wrong and they did push the power curve a lot, you can just make them paid for a lot of money. I just think that there's ways you could go about doing it. Then it's like, okay, the max rating is like the cutoff point, and that's where it ends. And I don't even hate sort of being not hard stuck a certain rating, but like sort of stuck a certain rating. But we need communication about that to kind of know what to prepare for and know what cards to put in Evos at a time or things like that. Just some simple communication would be really nice. But I mean, you just saw the last tweet. You know, that's the communication that we get, and that's what you deserve, even though you're the reason that they put food on the table. And not just food on the table, we're talking fucking luxury vacations to third world countries. That's what we're talking about here. Hey guys, there were new packs added to the code, but not a single one was not a store pack. So a better way to say that in a non-confusing way would be every pack in here was a store pack. So just not even gonna bother showing it to you, because please don't spend your hard-earned money. Now, also Rick TH, really good point here. All 3x91 fodder gold cards might be out of packs during Team of the Year, and they are all 3 definitely going to be. I mean, Haaland will get a nominee card if he doesn't make it in. If you look now at 91s, they're like 1,000 more than where they were here, like 24.5. Now they're 25.5, right? Do you guys want to know how expensive 91s were last year during Team of the Year? You might be shocked by this one. I think KDB was a 91 last year. Let's go to Generations. Yep, 91. Let's go look at what his price was during Team of the Year. He was up at 70K on PC and cross-platform. 70,000 coins. I think Haaland was 91, and I think he was fodder price at this time, I want to say. I think he was also, yeah, he was 75K or so, you know, something like that. So, I mean, dude, yeah, the difference between these prices are just absurd. Now, last year, remember, there were so many SBCs during Team of the Year. I mean, there were so many. But just so you know, we might see skyrocketing levels of SBC fodder price, guys. I mean, it might go to astronomical levels, or EA just say fuck it and they don't give a shit. I would lean towards like, we're gonna see a big ass rise on these, and I've already bought. I'm already in on my PS5 account. Gotta buy some more on my PC account, but yeah, I mean, I don't see how high rated stuff doesn't rise. It's not gonna rise as much as last year, obviously, because we have SBC storage now. But okay, hey, new Evo's coming out, right? And we are going to see probably a big drop on center mids, considering that Evo looks crazy. It probably is gonna be paid. Even if it's paid, you'll see a drop on center mids. And same thing goes with the right wingers, right? It'd be the exact same thing. You'll see right wingers that can fit in the Evo go up because there'll be hella demand for it, and then center mids as well that can fit in there are going to be crazy. But I would expect to see center mids drop in total. Honestly, I really would, considering that Evo looks really good. Okay, let's read your comments now. We got Beers for Years, who says, I found the best new pack opening method to help you get the best pulls. You have to spread your ass cheeks, bend over, and EA will give you its best. Nobody showed this to FC Tactical Assist. Nobody show him. Most of you were saying the patch and the auto press didn't seem to be any different, which is gravely disappointing for me, considering that's like one of my biggest issues. I don't think it's as bad this year. I want to preface that, but my take that might be deeper than it needs to be is that casuals play the game and they wonder why like they can't move, like nothing's going on, like they can't get away from players, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? Then you have bad finishing too, like the really casual who comes in is like, I don't really like this game actually, and then there goes your new fucking casual player. And Olivier says, I agree with you with the team of the week part, but Victor Gyökeres not having any playstyle plus is a blessing in disguise. Trust me, buy him when he's cheap and hold for a good Evo. I've heard a lot of great things about Gyökeres this year. Apparently he's like crazy good. Once again, tall strikers, guys, are very good this year, because lengthy right now, especially with the way that the pace works, lengthy players are actually faster than a lot of the explosive players right now. But yeah, I've heard great things about Gyökeres. I need to actually like give him a go. And I would like to remind all of you that there were rivals rewards from, I want to say October, that are still missing to this day. I've never received them. Aditya, I don't know if you got them either. I never did. I just never received them, and I'm never going to, I don't think, until maybe FC26 comes out, because I did do that one time, by the way. There was compensation for an FC24 mistake, I think, that came out in like September after the new game came out this year. That might happen here. Absolutely inexcusable that I mean, you wonder what happened in the code for them to like not be able to fix that. Like, we can't even see who got these rewards. They're like, we don't even know who got them. I don't know, guys. I feel like I'm gonna die. So I'm out of here. But thank you all for watching. Appreciate you being here. I love you all. Peace.